Hello and welcome back to Dash 28 Live. I'm your host, Mike Atkins, and today we are bringing you the top table match from round 3 of It's Always Sunny in Pannithor 2. I think I got all the numbers right in there. Okay. And we're going to have X from Argentina versus Janne Mikkola. Am I saying your last name right?
Yeah.
Awesome. From Finland. So this is great. I always like it when we have people that aren't from the U.S. or Canada or the UK on. And I especially like when we have new people and people from countries that we haven't had on before. And I'm pretty sure you're our first Finnish player, so that's awesome. Also, for fun, we just passed our 1-year anniversary of doing these live streams this past week. Our first one was on April 12th. So, hey, we've been doing this for a year solid. Hopefully everyone's been enjoying these. And we'll keep on doing them. Hopefully, we'll see how people feel about them once we go back to playing in person, how much interest there is. But hopefully, we can still keep doing these if people are interested in watching them. So you guys are going to be playing for round 3. You're going to be playing Rays. Whoops. I think Thomas may have lost his video feed and need to be coming back. There he is. So here helping commentate with me, we've got Thomas Alexanderson and Keith Conroy and Ashley Moat. Hey, guys. And Gal, sorry. I got to get that out of my vocabulary. I got to get folks merged in place of guys for that. So we're going to be playing Rays at 1995 points with special Thunder Gun units as allowed by the special rules for this event. So I'm going to have you guys go through your lists real quick. And you can point out your Thunder Gun units when you get to them and which bonus you took. So up first, we've got X's Ogres. Could you walk us through your list, please?
Okay. I put 3 regiment of Goblin Slavers because are cheap chaff. 2 horde of boomers, 1 with elite, another with station stone. Good news to Janne. When I do build this list, I put fire oil, and next I put station stone. For this match, hubiera estado bien. Berserkers, 1 horde of Berserkers. This is my Thunder unit. I choose Phalanx and Pathfinder bonus because Berserkers with Pathfinder and Phalanx. 2 of horde of Sigbreakers. 1 with Drawn Ale, another with Chalice of Rot, Fury and Headstrong, basically. 1 Red Goblin Blaster. On my UV, I name it with Rafaela because Gloria Carrazon. 1 Ogre Warlock, Inspiring Talisman, and only like 3. 1 Sergeant with Piercing Arrow. I always forget to use Piercing Arrow. I want to remember this game. And have crossbow, heavy crossbow. 1 Red Goblin Bigot on mounted and Blade of Slashing. And the Nomagarok champion, I love him. This is
awesome. Great. Yes, it's 13 drops coming in at 25 unit strength. That's good. Now, we'll switch over and check out Janne's Northern Alliance. Could you walk us through your list, please?
Yeah, sure. So I have a horde of Ice Naiads as my Thundergun unit with Pathfinder and Phalanx. They're pretty good at staying alive for those tournament extra points. I have 2 regiments of snow foxes, 2 hordes of ice elementals, 2 hordes of snow trolls, one with Forwanail and one with Chalice of Wrath, and 2 lords of Frostfangs with snow foxes, an Ice Queen with Heal 5 and Surge 8 with the Conjurer Staff, and Serakina.
All right, that's 11 drops coming in at 20 unit strength. And both you guys took the Phalanx and Pathfinder upgrade, which I think last time I talked to Steve, he said those were the most popular Thundergun upgrades that people picked, which makes sense because it's a really good combo. So let's check out your UB room. Okay, so this is the standard map for this round, as dictated by the TO. Oh, there's Thomas coming back. I think he might be having some connectivity issues. Yep. So this is a pretty standard map. So for the forests, it looks like there's not much leaf overhang on any of the forests. Are you guys just playing the brown base for the forest, or are you including anywhere where leaves might hang over as well as being part of the forest?
Well, we didn't yet talk about it, but I suppose we can play with the leaves.
Up to you guys.
With or without?
With the leaves, but doesn't matter to me.
Okay, the forest is the border, the brown border, or no? Without the leaves, or with the leaves?
We can play with the leaves.
With the leaves, okay.
Yeah. These aren't so bad. There's only a couple of little tiny spots where they overhang, so that's
no problem. No problem.
Not going to be a huge deal for you guys. And you guys are playing raise, and I can see you're using the red circles as the raise tokens. And that's probably all that's going on for terrain. So if you guys could walk us through your deployments, please. It looks like Janne, your Northern Alliance is up top. Could you start on the left and walk us through your deployment, please?
Yeah, sure. So on the left, there's Lord of Frostfang with the Snow Fox. Then we got Snow Troll Horde with Headstrong, and behind them, Snow Foxes. And there's a second Lord of Frostfang and a second Horde of Trolls with Fury. My Thundergun Ice Naiad unit and Serakina is behind them. And then there's my 2 hordes of Ice Elementals with the Ice Queen behind them, and behind her the second unit of Snow Foxes.
All right. Awesome. And then X, could you walk us through your deployment, please, starting over here on your left?
This is my Bigit. Put horizontal for still an inch. One of Goblin Rebels. My Surgeon with Crossbone and Piercing Arrow. Another Rebel Regiment. This is Nomagarok. Rafaela is the Goblin Blaster. My Siegebreaker with Fury. My Siegebreaker with Headstrong. My Thundergun units, Berserkers. One of Boomer with Station Stone. One Warlock Inspiring. Another Boomer with Elite. And the Bodyguard Rebel Regiment.
All right. All right. Thanks so much for walking us through all that, guys. Good luck to both of you. And we will see you back here when you're done.
Mandale.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
There we go.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and add their clock. Yep. So they're playing Raise, and I had to get my book out to remind myself how to play Raise. And this, I feel like this is a little bit of a polarizing scenario. I feel like a lot of people don't care for this scenario.
I like this scenario.
I kind of like it too, because I kind of like the whole, like, you've got to kind of play offense and defense at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I've also thought, like, hey, I have a great idea with Raise. Let me just run up real fast, burn all the tokens, and then I just have to stay alive and hold the middle. Yeah, well, staying alive and holding the middle is hard when you run your whole army onto the other side of the board.
That's true. They did something interesting, but I think that it works because they both did it. Normally, one of the criticisms of Raise is that you get 2 tokens on one side and 1 on the other, and 2 on your side and 1 on the other. But they opted to put the tokens, I think that they're technically within 12 inches. So I don't think it's quite legal the way that they place. Somebody who's on the chat can probably mention it, but to my knowledge, I don't think you can place the tokens directly across from each other because they have to be it's like just out of 18 inches, right?
No, I think these go on the 6-inch line, so you can put them across from each other, and they can.
Yeah, but it's like you're supposed to be 12
6.
from the other. So I normally think we played it that you have to like be a little off. You can't be like direct across. You have to be like a little bit off.
Okay.
I don't know.
I might have played that wrong. Someone else can chime in, but
Oh no,
Yeah,
I think I played it like you, Keith. But I mean,
Sure.
like they're not directly across. They're like this, so they're still 12 inches or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
it gets really hard
that
with some
whole-
of the maps.
They have to go
Yeah.
exactly 6 inches from the center line, not at least 6 inches from the center line. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of those word things of, whether
Yeah.
it's just in or out, but I like it because I think it's going to make for a very dynamic game. There's definitely going to be some action during the once the shooting starts.
once the shooting starts, yeah.
Once the shooting starts, Lords on Frostfang are definitely worth their points. I just played Tom Robinson last round, and he showed me what exactly a miniature dragon can do for 100 less points. And it looks like I like his positioning for all these units right now that Jan's put down. The ensnarers are going to stay there until they die. It's a really good upgrade that he used because the weakness of the Naiads in Northern Alliance, right, is that they don't have Pathfinder. But now, because of the Thundergun rule, you get this ultra mega super unit where it has the Pathfinder and snare, better regen. It's got everything that you need. That's going to be really hard for X to push off.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Be
and the
interesting.
Thundergun units are special for a few different reasons. You get to pick from a list of upgrades, but I think Steve said that Phalanx and Pathfinder were picked quite a bit. So, and in terms of tournament points, you get a bonus point if you rout your opponent's Thundergun unit. You get a bonus point if your Thundergun unit's base is completely on your opponent's half of the table at the end of the game. You get +1 if your Thundergun unit has 0 damage on it at the end of the game. So it's great if you have some heal or units with regen. And if your Thundergun unit routed an enemy unit in either ranged or combat, then you can also get +1 there. Which they don't have to be the only one that did it. Is something that was pointed out. If they're like triple charging something, then they still get credit. It's not like they have to route something in single combat or be the only one shooting. Like they can just plink 1 wound onto something that your war engines have done a crap load of damage to and just help pick it up. So those will be some of the bonus things they'll be trying to do during this game.
That'll be fun.
All right, and that's
I
his
also-
first turn.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Ashley?
I don't remember. It's
Okay.
early.
It's
That's fine.
early.
Yeah, you're on the West Coast now, so this is a broadcast with people spanning all the way from Finland to British Columbia.
Yep. I don't know which. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 9:45 here.
Mm-hmm.
12.
So-
Which I
it's
noticed
nice.
it really sounds late, but I'm not an early person. So.
That's fine. So Janne basically moved up his line on the right, got kind of aggressive on the left, moving his trolls up, and those are the trolls, right? I'm not lying. Yep, trolls.
Mm.
And he got his Lord on Frostfang all the way up on the hill.
That's a good spot.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. But now X is trying to sneak his bigot with Blade of Slashing into the backfield.
that's
Since he
out
moved
of-
up
The snow foxes, yeah.
that is well out of the Snow Fox's arc, and Lords on Frostfangs are great, but they are not individuals. So, and granted, the bigot's only got 3 attacks, but you don't really want him getting into your Snow Foxes.
Well, he wants them to get into the Snow Fox.
Right.
I have a very, very big love of the Red Goblin Bigot. I literally talked about it once on Unplugged podcast.
You had a special section, the Unplugged
Yeah.
the Ogre review, and they had the special showcase of the Red Goblin Bigot. That was awesome.
I think I even just did it like with them before that. I don't know. I just love the Bigot. Okay, it's a fond love.
Mhm.
Very
And
fond.
I know. Normally, when we see X play, he's playing like a very high drop infantry Kingdoms of Men list. So I think ogres might be a little departure for him. Thomas, do you know if Janne usually plays Northern Alliance, or is this something different for him?
I don't know. Last time in that RopeCon, he played Undead.
Undead. Okay.
But that's 2 years ago, so we have an edition change since then. So
Yep.
I'm guessing he picked up Northern Alliance for 3rd edition.
For 3rd, yeah. A lot of people did. I mean, he definitely moved his stuff up quick, but I guess Northern Alliance is one of those armies kind of similar to Varangur, where first turn, just push everything forward and get ready. There's not a whole lot of sneaky maneuvering. Although he does have some surge. He does have some ice elementals and some surge. But just getting aggressive, getting up on some hills, getting his thunder gun into some terrain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even just looking at X's list, I was like, oh, that's quite a few items. But he still has a lot of drop, like a good amount of drops and a lot of unit strength. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
For 1995 points, yeah.
I'm thinking about his token deployment for, let's see whose that would have been, for Janne's, because he gave a really nice, like, these 2 down in the bottom right tokens that Exequiel doesn't need to do anything. He can sit with his boomers, benefiting from cover and covering the tokens at the same time. I don't know if I would have put my 2 tokens to the left and forced Exequiel to spread out a little bit more, but it's really good for Exequiel that he can keep this unit strength in the woods so any chargers are hindered, and then get to shoot with the boomers. He's definitely liking his position right now in the bottom right.
Yeah, I guess the watchover on top left gave him pause to put 2 tokens on the left.
Mm-hmm.
But he certainly could have put the rightmost one more to the right, so it would be clear of the forest.
Yeah, because the way he has it now, he can sit 2. He could have almost fit 3 hordes into the forest and covered both tokens, and just sat and shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's basically 2 ways to play Rays. You either both put the 2 tokens on the same side of the table, or you try to put the 2 tokens on opposing sides of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to split them. I always want the 2 that I want to get on the other side from where I'm trying to defend, because I don't want everything to come down to just one fight and whoever wins walks across and picks up the tokens. I kind of like having like one flank that's built as an anvil and doesn't care if it goes anywhere, and one flank that's designed to go kill stuff and pick up the other 2 tokens.
Yeah. I like what Exequiel's doing with, I see Rabble and the Sergeant and another Rabble that's going to clear those cave trolls from rounding the corner, and the Red Goblin Blaster. I think he's got enough here to delay him for a couple turns and possibly keep the snow trolls on the left from getting all the way over to help reinforce.
And the more you do that, the more it's just like, haha, sucks to be you.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, keep feeding him rabble. You don't care if they live or die. Although,
here comes his sergeant with the crossbow. He's going to shoot at these ice elementals on the hill. It's only 2 hits. And he's got piercing arrow. We'll see if he remembers it.
I think the one on the lower left is the sergeant.
Yeah. Right? No?
Yes,
No,
that was a warlock.
Oh, that's a warlock. Oh, you're right. My bad. Now he's shooting with the piercing arrow.
Now he is. Let's see if he remembered piercing arrow.
I can read.
As we know, the reroll never works.
It worked.
It worked.
I think that was the one.
Hit. Rolled no damage and then rerolled for damage.
Does the sergeant not have steady aim?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So 1 hit, 1 wound.
Well, he hits on 5s.
Oh, okay. There it is. All right. So used to all the shooting hitting on 4+ now. So 8 reroll is fine.
Yeah, Lord on Frostfang is fine. 15, 17 for 190 points.
Oh, so good.
Or really
Lovely.
200 points because you're
Really?
always going to take the other.
Always.
Like, you're always going to take the Fox.
So good.
All right, and that kicks us over to the top of turn 2, Janne's second turn. So what do we think? Is he going to? I mean, obviously he's positioned stuff on the left very aggressively, so we expect he's going to move forward there. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing on the right. You got boomers looking at ice elementals. Like, I feel like they just want to get up close to each other and then just unload. But I'm not sure like who's favored in that exchange. I guess X is at least in cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess whoever gets to shoot first is probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the benefit of Janne, Namagarok is really far away from the rightmost boomer, so I don't think any heal is going to happen. Actually, I probably myself would have Namagarok more towards the center. He's a little close to those cave trolls for comfort, and the Lords on Frostfang, and that is not a piece you want to lose early on.
No, better to kind of. He could have easily tucked him in behind all those hordes and been close to everything and been very safe.
Yeah, because you have the Sergeant already for inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have had Namagarok safely in the woods throwing lightning bolts and benefiting from the +3.
From all the hordes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to point at the screen where I thought and then realized no one can see that.
Maybe the question that we'll ask later on for Exequiel is Namagarok's deployment. Because if I were him next turn, I would do nimble 12 inches far away as you can.
Well, but now he's got these trolls and a Lord on Frostfang pushing up on that side, and he doesn't have a whole lot over there. And he doesn't really want to have to turn those siege breakers. Like, the Goblin Blaster will slow him down, but then like those guys are those Goblin Rabble are basically just going to be speed bumps for those 2 units coming in.
No, he doesn't like where the trolls were going, so
Like
try that again.
And I thought they were in a pretty good spot because that close he can burn that token,
Right.
and there's nothing to contest it.
Sorry, remind me, do I have to touch the token in raise or do I have to be within 3? Because if I get to touch it in raise.
No, I think it's just within 3.
Within 3, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I'd like to pretend it's because I'm tired, but I honestly just haven't played a game of Kings in forever. I think the last time I played a game was in August. Oops.
Yeah, they're objective markers. They're not loot tokens, so you just got to be within most unit strength within 3. Counts as controlling, and he's got plenty of unit strength on that one right now. So that's a it's a horde of snow trolls. That's 3, and a Lord on Frostfangs. That's 4. And the only thing over there that could possibly get close for X is Red Goblin Rabble that are only unit strength 2. So he's pretty much given up that token.
He's going to burn that. So he did all this reform because he wanted to keep the Lord of Frostfang out of getting flanked by Rabble. Hindered flank, but awesome. Rabble have already accomplished their job. They had an impact on the game, no matter how minor.
I think I might have gone for the Rabble with the Lord of Frostfang. Try to lucky a shot to take him out.
Yeah, he could, but I think he basically wants to burn that token and then crash into the flank of the main line over on the right side. Like, he doesn't even want to waste a turn or 2 killing Rabble and then getting stuck behind terrain. So like it's aggressive and it's fast moving. So we'll see if this works out or not.
Yeah, but the Rabble could now just move up and grab the other token.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
On the other side.
They can, but there's a Lord on Frostfang and another thing of Snow Foxes that can intercept them and keep them away from it because this bigot can only stop one of those units.
And it's probably going to go for the Snow Foxes, and the Snow Foxes probably will still just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have to get in front, and it's a side charge. I don't know. Plus, with the rabble, I feel like to take the Lord on Frostfang down there would be that time that you're gonna F up the roll, and then you're gonna sit down there, and then
Right.
you're gonna be like spending the rest of the game trying to slowly hoof it to the other end of the map.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like
Whereas-
it's just not worth it for rabble.
Right. Whereas if you let them take the rabble take 2 turns to head towards that token, and the Lord on Frostfang that's currently up here can just kind of chill and keep threatening the front. If he needs to move in and do something, he can.
Mhm.
And then you wait until the rabble are like just outside of 3 inches or getting 1 turn away from getting to the token. Then you go get in their way.
Exactly. And then if your Lord on Frostfang has to leave, you're still contesting the other tokens. Like
Yeah.
most people, you don't normally win this game by not letting your opponent get any token.
Right.
So
Sure.
I think it's really
Yeah.
hard to keep them from getting any of them. So, you know. Oh, cool. Your rabble got 1. Good luck getting through the rest of the shit on the other side.
Right. Right. It took you till turn 5. Good job.
Good job. Yeah.
This is interesting. So he's backed some of his elementals back off the hill.
How tall are elementals?
4, I think. Let me double check. Oh, no, they're height 3.
Okay. Just curious.
Is that right?
Nope. We're sidestepping. We're doing the troll shuffle.
I mean, with him burning that 1 token, he has the edge. And
He does.
could wait and force those boomers out of cover.
Yeah. Because he can burn it now, right? It's the end of turn 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do the first turn fast break, but
Yeah. I like the little Pegasus. Woo! Burn. It's great. It's April and I'm already sunburned.
well, I mean, if the weather is nice enough, why not?
I mean, it was 25 here yesterday. I don't know. Here, I'll do the. I'm doing it. I'm doing the conversion for you. Okay.
Is that a lot?
77 Fahrenheit.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, in April. It's been hot all week, so.
Yeah.
I actually went swimming in the lake yesterday.
Fun. I'm sure the water was frosty.
Freezing. Yeah.
All right, so some ice elementals are going to shoot at some rabble over on the right.
Some poor defenseless rabble.
Yep.
Aw.
Well, I mean, when your chaff looks like it's about to get aggressive, then you don't have, or you don't want to use your very, very valuable snow foxes to get in the way of rabble, because
Yes.
snow foxes are great in a scenario like this where there's an undefended token somewhere and you can just run and burn it on the last turn,
Precisely.
or you just need 1 more unit strength to overwhelm them in the middle to pick up the token you can't burn. So
Oh, did he get him?
that's a 9.
5,
So that'd be 14.
Yeah, they're 12, 14, I think.
But Warlock is just inside of 6, so I think he gets a reroll.
Wow. Good
That's a
rolls
10.
early on.
Wow.
Yeah. Burn it now, bud. Burn it now.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Good
All
shooting
right.
from the ice elementals.
Yeah, really.
Good job, little ice boys. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really expect the rabble to live all that long, but I don't think X expected them to die in 1 round of shooting from just 1. I guess both of them were on the hill before, so he might have been expecting him to unload with both ice elementals, but
But now they are in boomer range, so
they are in boomerang. So
See if there's any revenge.
there will be some counter battery fire, I'm guessing.
So it looks like the bigot's going to take that charge on the snow foxes, maybe? Or no, just stay right. Okay, he's
Or
got his
just
eyes on
stay
the
out and
prize.
fight.
Yeah, he's going to try to go for Sarakina.
Yep. Which I think is smart, because the way Janne moved the snow foxes, that would be a hindered charge, and that's only 3 attacks. from the bigot.
Yeah, you need a pretty good roll to get in 1 or 2 wounds.
Yeah, so that's hitting on 5 with a blade of slashing, but still,
Right.
just hitting on 5s. You might not get him. You might not do anything to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also, like, if your bigot just chases and annoys the snow foxes all game, like making him, I don't want to get charged here and moving around, then your bigot's doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually just in range, so if Janne forgets to move his hero, he gets that charge.
Yeah. And that would also be hindered, but that's probably worth taking.
Yep, I agree.
To run over there and punch her one time.
Oh, so he did remember to burn the token on his turn. So
He did.
I let him do that, and he burned.
Yeah, I think that happens every game. Someone forget to burn a token. And
Yep.
I cannot do it. And
And you're like,
everyone
I'm
always
sitting
says
on
that.
one. Shit.
Yeah, right. It's buried underneath your unit. Playing
You
in
like go
real
to
life.
move it. You're like,
And then,
Like, what's this under here? Oh, this is.
Oh.
I could have won the game. Oh, whoops.
well, that's like I made my tokens like when I made them, they're like gold. Like I got little like gold bejewels and made little circle-y discs so they shine. They're super bright, so you can't lose them in the terrain
Nice.
either. Because you know, like sometimes they put like a black one in a forest. I don't fucking see it.
yeah. No, I like going for like neon green and bright orange and
Mhm.
stuff like that. They'll stick out like a sore thumb. Yeah, so that does bring us to Janne with 1 point, and X without having burned any tokens yet, going into the bottom of turn 2.
Mm.
These guys are playing on 70-minute clocks and are playing at just lightning speed compared to how I normally play.
Like goodness me. And I feel like turn 2 normally takes forever. And
Yeah, turn 2 takes half the clock.
And Janne spent 13 minutes in
Whoa.
2 turns.
Is he charging with Namagar? What?
I think he might be.
Why?
Okay. Well, that's some balls to the wall.
Well, because he's going to double charge, I'm guessing, based on how he's lining up.
Oh, and maybe he's trying to get into, and then stay in the getting over, like beat it, get in the flank. But
Why not just move your rabble over to the left? You're throwing. Oh my god! Wow. This is.
and if this goes badly, you're just eating a flank charge from trolls,
Wow.
or the trolls can go do whatever the fuck they want.
This is like the easiest Namagarok has ever been killed in a game.
Okay, you know what? Or this
Just-
goes fantastic, and then I eat my words.
He's got
Yeah.
5 attacks on 4s.
Yep, and 5 on 3s.
What?
Well, the
You're not
sergeant is he hindered, Sergeant?
No,
No.
he
think
started
so.
at the tip of the.
Okay, cool.
Like, if you're going to throw him away, just send one at a time then. Because I think putting just the sergeant in might, like, block the trolls and then throw the rabble in for another turn and then throw the red goblin blaster in for another turn and then, then deal with your problems as your lines collapse. But
Sure.
wow, 104. Oof. Oh, I don't like this at all.
I expressed concern.
I
I like what Keith said, but I mean, I'd probably make this move instead of the one Keith suggested because I'm so brilliant.
I mean, you get one of your chaff units shot off in one shot, and your opponent burns a token to put you down 1.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to get aggressive. Maybe it's time to meet the aggression on that side of the table with some more aggression of your own. We'll see. We'll see how this works out.
See, so maybe we see the clock burn on this second turn.
Right on this side.
On this side.
We'll see if he gets like almost all the way done moving it and then just undoes the whole turn.
Well, he's thinking I'm going to top up my coffee.
All right.
2 seconds.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I feel sometimes that games that start really quick usually ends really slow.
Yep.
What sort of mess have I gotten myself into? Let's think about it for a minute.
Let's do it.
I didn't have a plan.
That was your whole plan all along, not to have a plan.
Not to have a plan.
Yes.
Your opponent can't throw you off your plan if you don't have one.
Yeah. I played my first in-person game in over a year. I went to Greg Person's house and played in his garage.
Oh, that's so
And
fun.
I had an allied seductress charge his goblin blaster. Missed all to hit, or hit every attack, missed every wound. He charged back, hit every one with ensnare, rolled 5 on the 3d6, and only did 1 wound. He rolled 4 ones. It was just just a very memorable combat that absolutely nothing happened. It was great. Just a little slap and tickle.
Yep.
I remember when you were saying you can't, your opponent can't mess up your plan if you don't have a plan. Brindley made, like, I hardly knew how to play Kings of War at all. And Brindley just, like, brought me to a tournament he was running. I was like, you're playing. Here's your army. And I was like, and then for some reason, me and someone else that had never played had to play first round. Hilarious. But literally have no fucking clue what's going on. And I played this guy, Dave, who was at Masters last year. And I charged his, like, human pike with my Stormwind Cab because I don't know what Phalanx does. And he's just standing there like, is this some like big brain play that I don't get, or is she just fucking stupid? Like, you can clearly see him being like, I'm so confused.
Right?
Yeah. It was so funny.
This mad genius.
He's like, am I missing something here, or does she not know what she's doing? I definitely didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I've seen that phase a few times on chess players when their opponent does something like that. They're like really trying to figure out, is there some move here that I've missed?
Yeah.
Or is he just handing me the game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drafted Robin to be the 10th person in a one-day event that I was running because, you need 10 people for it to count for Masters qualifying. And so, like, I taught her the basic rules, and she was borrowing Ray Shield's Ratkin army. And so like Ray like gave her like a 10-minute primer of like, here's how you play Ratkin, and like she made some little note cards and just put them on the back of each unit so she could remember what each of them did. And we were like, is she gonna do okay? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You got any questions? Just let me know. So a couple rounds go by. It's round 3. She's playing against Alex Chavez on the top table, but for a couple of under average die rolls where she like needed a 7 and only got a 5 for nerve in round 6, she would have won the event. And after that, she was like, I've played Kings of War. I don't think I need to do this anymore. And we were like, yeah, that's fine. If you don't want to come around anymore, that's okay. You can, yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, you don't need to play me. It's fine.
No, it's cool. It's fine.
Robin out here kicking some ass.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Mike, do the Snow Foxes have Pathfinder?
I think they've got like every rule. Yeah, they have Pathfinder and Nimble and Stealthy and Vicious and Melee with 10 attacks. But only hit on 5, so you don't expect them to do damage. You expect them to get exactly where you want them.
Yes.
At all times. Like
So if I were Janne, I would move the Snow Foxes up and just chaff the Siege Breakers. And then spend the turn killing Namagrok and the Sergeant, and then overrunning, and then the following turn you have flanks and fronts. Ugh. Yep. I don't know why the Red Goblin Blaster is facing that way anyway. I probably would have pivoted so he has options.
I think he's trying to, you could easily turn and still protect that flank.
Yeah, to at least get the cave trolls or
and
maybe
also
the Lord.
But I think even this turn, if you look at it, the trolls, I don't think, can they get through there without, they'd have to hit Namagrok.
They have to.
Yeah. They have to charge Namagrok. So you're pretty much free this turn to leave that flank open because nothing can get in there.
Well, the Lord, maybe he double changed. Yeah. The Lord on Frostfang, I don't think could do any nimble shenanigans. Maybe.
To back up, turn.
Yeah,
turn,
maybe.
And then turn again. Yeah, no, I don't think he could fit.
I don't think you could get through around with the speedy as.
Yeah, I think he would need one more pivot, I think. Because he'd have to back up, turn, go down, turn, and I don't think he can quite turn. Yeah. I don't think he can quite clear the Sergeant in one turn and be lined up on the blaster.
Maybe. That would be interesting though. If he gets enough of an angle to do that, that would put the Lord on Frostfang in a great position.
But that's what I mean though, is you wouldn't necessarily have to worry about the flank of the Horde To, so there's no reason you necessarily have to have your blaster facing up. You could have it facing to the side.
Oh, I think they're doing something wrong now, perhaps, because those boomers are not in range.
Oh. Yeah.
Aren't they? They're just in 12.
There's 12.
I don't.
But the leader point is not within.
Yeah,
12.
I agree. I don't think it would be 12
right.
from the center.
A lot of people, I think, on UB end up playing it by the circles. I think just out of like bad habits because it's so hard to measure sometimes from the leader point. But yes, do you want me to add that to my list of things?
I think that's a very common mistake to make. I mean, okay, I'm within 12, so I can shoot because that's the new charge rule, and then I forget that the shooting range is actually from the leader point. Yeah. I think he could have moved further forward to get in range.
Yeah.
But I think he's trying to like, I don't know why. Yeah, he's trying to stay close to the forest, I guess, but I'm not really
sure. So far this game has been moving and fighting on the left and shooting each other to death on the right.
That was a good shot, though. He did 10 damage.
Yeah, 10 wounds with the 2 boomer hordes on a horde of ice elementals.
I think he's shooting now with the warlock.
Oh, good point. Oh, yeah, good point.
Did he take into account cover for the shots? Because I think not being 50% on the hill, wouldn't the ice elementals benefit from cover?
I think he did with the leftmost boomers.
Okay.
He actually got 10 5s.
Yeah.
On the leftmost ones. Wow. That's a really good shot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good shooting.
So, yeah, I think the ones that should not be able to shoot is going to flip.
And those were the ones that rolled the 10 5s. Oh, that's rough.
Can you click it again for me, Mike? Sorry, the unit.
17. Does that kill?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had to move up much farther to get them in range.
Yeah.
Like half an inch. I don't know. I have horrible perception on these tables.
I think he's currently his leader point is just inside the 13-inch line. So I don't know. But we got the combat going on. Let's see if that goes his way or not. Looks like only 2 wounds to start. I'm not sure which character that was.
I think that was Nom going first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
he didn't roll any 3s, so 4 hits from the Sarge, though, right?
Oh, there's some icky.
Looks like he was hindered.
I guess he was hindered then.
On that 3.
Unless the Sarge went first and didn't roll any 3s, so it didn't matter. So that's total of 4 wounds, 5 wounds total on the Lord on Frostfang, and a 7 is not going to get him. That's not even going to hinder him, or waver him, rather. Sorry, 15, 17. So no.
I would like to express some concern.
Yeah, that's a 12 plus brutal, so 13, but that misses wavering by 2 points. And so now on to Janne's turn 3, top of turn 3. So those trolls, right, have literally nothing to do but charge Nom Nom.
Yep. And boy, are they excited about that.
They are like drooling, licking their chops.
Here we go. Let's see if he can get the angle. God, it's so much easier to do this in Universal Battles than it is in real life.
Oh, God, yeah.
At this point in real life, the TO would have been called over, clocks would have been paused.
Yep.
Everyone bending over with laser pointers good times.
I still don't know when someone was like, oh, yeah, I don't like to use a laser pointer. And I was like, how do you play this game without one?
Right. What do your opponents think? Do they like you not using a laser pointer?
Someone was like, I fold paper. And I was like, no, laser pointer.
Paper.
Best $4 I ever spent. Okay.
Right.
This ain't origami. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. If I chew loudly, give me a smack. But
I'm the same thing. I have my lunch right here.
I'm eating macaroons for breakfast, okay?
No judgment. Now that you're doing it, I'm gonna eat too.
I like rolled out of bed, fixed my hair, poured a cup of coffee, and sat down.
So now he's given it a thought. Yep. So there goes the flank charge with the trolls. I guess maybe he decided not to try to do the nimble charge around the characters to hit the blaster. So he backed up and turned
I
once.
think he noticed that the angle wouldn't work.
Yep.
When a 90 degrees pivot back would not be able to, it would not be enough to hit the blaster.
Right. Because once you do the 90-degree turn, you're basically looking at the bottom corner of the table.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to turn and get back. So I would expect him to countercharge the Sergeant with the Lord on Frostfang, because those trolls in the flank really ought to do a number on Nom Nom. ATA attacks in on 4s, but doubled. 18 hits with Crush of 2.
Even if they don't, Nom Nom has nowhere to go.
No.
Right.
He's just going to be there for moral support at that point.
Right.
See, you wouldn't even have had this option if you put Nom Nom behind the hordes on the far side.
Yeah. Nom Nom is chaff. This is a crazy, mad, genius plan, or I don't know.
I don't know either.
All games that I've played against ogres so many times, you're like, oh my god, I just want to kill Namagarok, and then turn 3, give up a flank charge like the cave trolls that are speed 6.
Yeah, I mean, they as they say, whatever piece does the job at the time is chaff. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Is this thick enough chaff, Ashley? Does this count?
That's a pretty thick chaff. That has got some to it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Speaking of thick chaff, I'm waiting for my thick chaff shirt to come in, and I'm so excited. So excited.
I might order one. I was looking at it.
I was like tempted. I'm just like wondering if I wear that to work, people are gonna be like, "The fuck?"
Right?
What does that mean?
It's got the old timey cursive handwriting though, so by the time they walk by, they couldn't have read everything, and they're like, "Huh, must be some kind of vintage." It's a hipster thing.
It's a hipster thing.
It's hipster.
Yeah.
So many artisanal whiskeys these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. My like 90-year-old patients are gonna be like, "What is this?" He's an engineer. Fair.
Oh, he's going for it. Okay. So Janne opted not to use the snow foxes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
He might be trying to use the snow foxes to get in the way of the bigot, but I'm pretty sure the bigot can just see over, unless maybe he's chaffing up the siege breakers. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Oh, and he's going to charge him. He's not going to like put. Oh, sorry.
They might be wide enough now to block both.
Yeah, he might get it for free if he can't slide over.
Ooh.
Since he put the trolls in the way first.
Yep.
All right, that's clever.
Nice.
What's that?
Done.
That's
wow.
Clever. He's managed to block both siege breakers with the snow foxes by charging, because he charged the horde of snow trolls first, and they're nimble to get around, so they have to slide over.
That's so cool.
And
well done.
The snow trolls have regen. That's something that you don't necessarily mind the red goblin blaster going into.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
That's some big brain plays.
Yeah. I think the siege breakers on the right can still charge the ice naiads, but he might not want to do that. Not sure.
Right, because then you're running into a phalanx unit in cover within snare, right? They have snared.
Yep. And then you get surged in the flank by ice elementals.
Yep.
Or maybe just charged.
No, ice naiads don't have ensnare. My bad. They're icy. Oh, wait, no, they do. I'm looking at the wrong unit.
I was like, they could have pointy icicles.
What? That would be.
Never mind.
With all these special rules, though, I hear you. It's like
I would say it's early on the East Coast still, but it's not. That's not an excuse.
yeah.
Early. It's a Sunday. It's early no matter what time it is.
Right.
If you're
It's
still
early.
drinking coffee, it's still early.
Right. I got an 18-month-old. I'm up early no matter what.
I know.
Doesn't matter.
I checked my phone and what time Keith texted me back, and it was like 2:30 my time, and I was like, "The fuck are you doing up?" And then I was like, "Oh, I guess he has a child."
Right. A teething child.
Cool.
Like, oh, molars. Just please be done someday. Just grow in. Ugh.
Can't we just get you dentures? And just,
Right?
you know,
Like,
holiday.
it's fine. It's great. Went to the farm this morning. It was nice.
Lovely.
And so he sidestepped the remaining ice elementals to get them all the way behind the hill. Now he's thinking about what to do with this thunder gun unit. So what's his play here? Like, is he just gonna? He's hoping to win the middle by bringing that lord and those other trolls around those impassable rocks next turn.
And if he holds the middle, he really doesn't even need to get across to burn those other tokens. He's already burned one. The chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if Ezekiel wanted to, next turn, the Berserkers, well, if he gets the Siege Breakers out, and that can be a charge, he could claim both tokens next turn on the next side because the red Berserkers have Pathfinder, so he could just march or charge up, burn that token. Yeah.
Just crowd him off, right?
Yep. And then hope that you can grind long enough to prevent Janne's units from getting those two in the bottom right.
So at that point, it'll basically be down to how long can the Siege Breakers hold off trolls and lords on Frostfangs.
Right.
But at this point, how long can they hold off getting flanked by those units is kind of where it's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have really have liked that the Red Goblin Blaster to be facing the other way so that it can at least pin them further away.
I agree.
And that way the cave trolls don't get a reform either. But we'll see.
We will see.
He'll go in, hit all 3 times, 18, wound, all according to plan.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders too, when we talk a little bit of shit about someone's choices on here, I wonder if they ever watch the stream back and be like, especially if they want to be like, well, fuck you.
That's the best part. It's why we do this.
I know that I 100% have. The couple of times that I've played, when I've gone back and watched it, I found myself yelling, "No, that wasn't my plan!" at the stream the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, you do these so you can pass on free judgment to unopposed.
Yeah. Also, if you don't want us talking about your motives in a negative way, don't play on here with us.
Right.
If your ego can't handle it.
Somebody said something like that. That one unit of Mike's doesn't seem to have done much this game, and I remember yelling, "It's been staring down a fucking dragon for 3 turns. What more do you want it to do?"
Right. What would
game
you
are you
do?
watching? Like, yeah, right?
What would you do? Okay.
So now I'm not sure what the delay is. Here we go. Okay.
Combat time.
And now it's time for combat. So let's see where he gets started. We've got a couple here.
So the ice elementals opted to just hide.
Yep. Rather than get double shot at again. So this is the Lord on Frostfang up against the Sarge. That is 8 hits on 9 dice.
Wow.
And then 8 rolled on 6 wounds.
That might be enough to kill.
14.
Although he should start with Namagrok.
13, 15. So that's going to be a waiver.
Oh, waiver. Okay.
Unless the Lord is brutal, he is not. So, but here's Nam.
Right. You would think the Lord of Ron Frostfang would have it because they have every other
17
rule.
hits. That's 11 wounds. And Nam is only 12, 14. 10.
Wishes. So
Let's see. And re-roll it. This is what double ones.
No.
No
even on 3 times.
Yeah, the first 2 were the vicious.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever there's 2 1s and somebody rolls those 2 vicious
You're always like,
rolls, we're always like, that's the nerf.
there it is. I'm like, no, I wasted a double 6 on 2 vicious.
So there goes Nom Nom. So now obviously, yeah, you turn the trolls so that they're facing that way, and they could just barely see the blaster and get around the rocks.
And now the blaster has to spend a turn turning to face them.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is kind of unfortunate because the goblins can see but can't get into a flank. All right, so more trolls on some
But
rabble.
they could get in. Yeah.
Only 8 hits. Ooh. Okay. Well, no. Now I guess the blaster just goes into the one in front of it then.
Yeah,
Maybe that was the plan all along.
all along.
Maybe.
All
Just
along.
expect your chaff to die on time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's going to do it. Right now we got the snow foxes still.
Good move with the snow foxes, like getting the bigot to hold off a turn, and then you get to use them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good play that he had.
Yep. We don't really expect these foxes to do a whole lot of anything to these siege breakers. 10 attacks on what, 5s? I think. Yeah, no.
Yep.
He's not looking for damage here. He's just looking to have been in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Yep. Speed bump.
Speed bump. Yep.
So next turn we'll see, does he sit back and try to take more shots, or does he run up and claim both tokens?
I don't think he can claim both, though, because the ice elementals are guarding the one on the right.
Mm-hmm. So the boomers could... I
He would
guess
have to
these
run-
ones would be hindered. Yeah.
He would have to run two units up to crowd the ice elementals off the one on the right.
Yeah, so the warlock and the boomers all the way to the right could run up.
Yep.
And then depending if the pivot could
wounds?
clear... No wounds? All right.
No wounds.
Didn't really expect them to do any.
Mm-mm. There's the flank. Hero rabble, come to save the day.
The great Khan somewhere is like, Rebel!
He's so happy right now. And we know that they're going to get so many hits. Although I
They're
think...
clipping that terrain though, no?
Yeah, if I were him, I would just be running forward.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
you gotta get this circle on the top left. You gotta get that objective.
Yeah.
But I guess you know what? If you do kill the Lord of Frostfang somehow with your magic rabble, those trolls are piecing out anyways, and you got to straight shoot to the thing anyways now.
True.
It looks like he might get both siege breaker off of the snow foxes.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. Well
He just-
done.
All right.
Yeah,
Didn't expect nimble shenanigans from ogres, but
right. Just when you think you had it.
Engineer X. Got it.
Although, ooh, that looks close. You might be careful because if he doesn't
kind
waver...
of charge flank. Yeah.
Oh, and they have Fury. Yeah, that might be in the... Maybe not. Looks like it's just in the front. Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah, I think that is just in the front.
Okay. It's a game. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I am
he's good.
intrigued. I mean, we've talked a lot about that, but then there's still like 5 hordes on the table for
Oh, yeah.
Exequiel,
Sure.
you know? Like,
Sure.
and ogre hordes are not to be undermined, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a good opinion.
I love those fat boys, those thick boys.
All right, so he's not rushing forward to burn the token. You don't really want to get too close to the ice elemental horde so you can see them because they do get to shoot and they are surgible. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you peek, you're going to get shot at and then hit.
Yeah. I think he may have turned too much at an angle. I think that the ice elementals could get a surge flank on these boomers. I would probably pivot these boomers on the elite boomers a little bit more to the right because I think the elementals, if they go up onto the hill and position just right, can nick the flank because he has 2 surge sources that are close.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Elite.
Yeah.
Rerolling ones. It's one that I would do, and then you have ice elementals staring into the flanks of your berserkers and your other boomers.
And then he
That
doesn't
would
get
be
off
sick.
the surge, and then we all just go, oh.
Oh, yep.
Uh-oh. Or he rolls too well on the first one and gets all the way there and makes contact, and it's in the front because he started so far back.
Genius.
Yeah.
Big place.
All right. So where is this bigot going now? That's, of course, yeah. If he runs over there and smacks Serafina, then that gets rid of one of the surge sources.
Yeah, I think in the first move he was inside of Frostfang's arc, so he's redoing it to stay out of arc.
Hmm.
Then again, if your Frostfang is going hunting for a bigot all the way over there.
Right. It's pulled it completely out of position.
Mm-hmm. That's a big piece to pull out of position. But at the same time, if you need your bigot to do something else, then it's important that you let him go do it.
Well, now it's in position to threaten either of the casters or the Frostfangs next turn.
We can
Not
hit whatever.
not Frostfangs, sorry. Snow Foxes. Frostfangs?
Those are some very petite Frostfangs.
Right.
Those are petite Frostfangs.
They just haven't reached their final form yet. It's okay. Just give them a minute.
Yeah, they haven't evolved.
Couple rare candies. It's fine. Somewhere Jake just perked up and was like, wait, I heard something.
Right.
Somebody mentioned Pokemon. Next year, Jake's team will win for the countercharge episode where they get to talk exclusively about Pokemon.
Oh god.
That was awesome.
Brindley's decided to restart collecting Pokemon.
Oh,
So
man.
many cards.
When we were talking about like who Matt Crozier won for the episode of Unplugged Radio, and we were like, oh, what's he going to get them to talk about that they don't normally talk about? And we were like, Kings of War.
Kings of War. What? Awesome.
Oh.
I love it. That was so funny. Is that your meta out there, Ashley? Is a bunch of 10-year-old boys that Brindley's going to bring his Pokemon cards and beat up?
No, he just collects them. He doesn't play with them.
Fair enough. Okay.
And I just look at the pretty ones because they're cute.
Nice.
I
In a weird way, that's almost better.
It's much better.
Much better.
We went to sell a card or something, and this guy was like, oh, can you drop it off? And Brindley was like, well, I mean, that's kind of weird. You should come to me. And he's like, well, I can't. And we're like, okay, sure, whatever. We'll go for a walk down that way. And then Brindley knocks on the door. It's like a 12-year-old boy. And he's like, I see why you could not come pick it up. Yes.
Do that.
I recognize. Yeah.
Can't leave the house. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, your mom probably did not want you to bust to a stranger's house to buy Pokemon cards. Valid concerns.
Mm-hmm.
So he's moved his Warlock up to inspire the middle, which is great, but he's giving a flank to the Ice Naiads at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He is. But I guess if you could coax your opponent's Thundergun unit out into the open like that, with two boomers waiting to smack it, then I guess
I'm guessing the Ice Elemental Horde is going to go up on the hill and be searching to one of the boomers at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
That's tempting, though, because then you've just gotten rid of all of the inspiring in X's army.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He does still just barely nick the Thundergun unit, so I guess he could cast at them if he wanted to. And I'm guessing he's going to shoot at them. But again, probably not actually in range.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he might be this time.
Yeah, I think he is this time. Or like so close that might as well.
Yeah, I'm using the little white line tool, and it would be very close.
Okay.
If he was in line.
Couple of elite shots, a few wounds.
Okay.
Really, really steady, consistent 5 wounds from the boomers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take that. That's not bad at all.
Right. And Janne's got to be really happy that these are the targets. Like, yes, of all things I wanted you to shoot, regen.
Yep.
Regenning
horde in cover.
Right.
Although he doesn't get the he did just lose the point for his Thundergun unit taking damage. Although I think that is at the end of the game. So if he regens all of them back by the end of the game,
and gets some heal.
Bonus point.
Yeah, he does have heal.
10 rolled. All right, over here. Rabble in the flank of the Lord on Frostfang.
Mm-hmm.
Hindered, so looking for 6s.
Yeah, 7
Still got
6s.
7 of them.
2 wounds.
2. Roll a 5.
Oh,
Not going to be enough.
nothing.
That's a 12.
I was rooting for those rabble boys.
We all were. The collective world of Pannithor was.
We're like, I know this is mean, but go rabble!
Go rabble!
Right.
Nice
Go Rebel!
hit. Wow. 15 out of 18 hits.
That's really good for siege breakers. Yeah.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
8 wounds. And a 7 roll. That's a 15. Do trolls waver?
These guys got Fury? Yeah, there's
15,
no one's
18.
Fury.
Okay. That would be a waiver, but they got Fury. And then this. Yeah. Just don't snake it. Okay.
I bet and if Namagrok was alive, you could have had Bane-chanted Siege Breakers going in, and that would have been 13 wounds, and that would have been a dead unit. Oh.
What, you wouldn't have used it on the ones hitting the snow foxes? Really?
Maybe we would have.
All right.
That's a great point.
So now the reform here, you got to try to get these naiads in your front, but still be able to see the snow trolls. Right?
Yeah.
Now we play the game of infinite angles.
Yeah.
Which is, again, so much better to do on Universal Battle than in person.
There's very little risk that he's accidentally going to get into the charge range of the ice elemental, so that's probably fine.
This helps him to waver the snow trolls, because then they cannot do the nimble shenanigans.
Right, all they can do is countercharge, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is interesting, because even if the snow trolls were if the snow trolls were technically in the flank but had to countercharge only because they had Fury, would they get to take the flank, or would they have to go back into the front?
Probably have to go back in the front, right?
I don't know.
Patrick, where's Patrick?
Where are the 15 people that are watching? Give us the answers.
Where's Bart? Ask Bart.
Where's Elliot and Patrick when we need rules committee people to argue with each other about which one is true?
Well, I can just message the group chat. What's our question?
Top of turn 4. They can only countercharge, right? But does that have to go back into the? Does that have to go back into the front, or if they are technically in the flank, could they take the flank?
On the countercharge.
I guess that means only the front, right? Because countercharge is just straight back into whatever facing you were
I
in.
think so. Yeah. Well, countercharge counts. It may be one of those. Does this count as a new charge? I don't know.
Well, you got Fury, so it can only be a countercharge.
Right.
What's that? 4 regen for the trolls in the middle.
Wow. Nicely done.
Whew, that just feels mean.
Countercharge is always to the front.
Always to the front.
Kid of your road warrior. I'm guessing that's Shannon Shoemaker, so I'm inclined to believe him.
Me too.
He runs a larger tournament than me, so I'm inclined to believe him.
I'm trying to picture what I got nothing.
All right, so he has countercharged siege breakers. He has sent his trolls into
in the
blaster.
countercharge rules, it actually says specifically pick it up and place it the target it aligned to flush with the target's front face.
With the front. Okay, cool.
So countercharge is always in the front.
Yeah. So I think this lord has finished is finishing off the sergeant rather than turn to face the rabble. I think that's probably the right thing to do there.
Yeah. All right, so the ice elementals. Looks like he's going to try to position to see if he can move up and get a flank. Or maybe just surge straight up if he can't.
Mm-hmm.
So how much surge does he got? He's got surge 16. Should be enough.
Which is plenty. And he can, he can move up to within range and breathe on them.
Yep. And then surge in. So whether or not he can get in the flank might not matter all that much, depending on how he
rolls the attacks.
Ice elementals are great. Just attack twice. It's fine.
Right.
Why not?
And I will guess they get Thunderous Charge as well? Or
Depends if they have to surge them twice. I think if you surge them once and they come off the hill, then they do. If you surge them once and they don't quite make contact, but they're mostly off the hill and you have to cast Surge a second time, they won't have Thunderous because that charge won't have started on the hill.
Oh, and he's going to protect them in case he bounces. Good play.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Currently, he is in the front. And I'm not sure that the way he's lined up, there's any way for him to get his leader point into the flank with one and then another. Yeah, that might be why he's taking it back to try again. Yeah,
still wondering if he's going to take his Thunder Gun unit into the Warlock. Because he might use then the Snow Foxes to protect.
Yeah, I like that play if I'm him. Taking the Thunder Gun unit into the Warlock, getting rid of all the Inspiring, and then you can kill the Boomers and then turn around.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very narrow window where the first surge takes him far enough to get into the flank but doesn't make contact. And then the second one could get him in. But at that point, they might be over the hill and you might not be able to see them. Your second surge caster might not be able to draw a line of sight. 2, 3, 4. You're going to need 4 successes on your surge. And so you're basically looking for like the leader point to cross that line. So you're going to need like 3 successes, but not 4. Then you might be able to sneak into the flank with a second surge, but that's tricky.
Yeah, I think
he's going for it.
Be touching the hill, but no longer be on the hill. Still be searchable, but they will be out of range if he doesn't move Zerkino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there it is.
There that goes.
Yeah, I like this play because you get rid of the Inspiring, and then if the Boomers charge you, the Boomers are hindered and ensnare. They're hitting on 6s.
but if you don't break them, that's a pretty flank charge.
That's a very pretty flank
and
charge.
Then you don't have to worry. And then you don't have to worry about ensnare either.
Ashley has called it. This is the terrible moment for double ones. If it happens, this is the one you don't want.
There's the regen roll on the Thunder Gun unit. Picking up 4, 6.
Wow.
Are they 4 up or 5 up?
They are 5 up, I believe.
They are 5 up. Okay.
Great roll.
Still picking up 4 out of 7. Pretty good.
That's so disheartening.
Mm-hmm.
Most of your army regens like that, and the rest is either defense 5 or defense 5 and regen, because why not?
Because why not just hurt people's feelings more?
Let's do it. Just keep hurting feelings.
Whew. So that is some nasty charges.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with these ice elementals, who we expect to shoot and surge off the hill. We've got the Lord on Frostfang over here that went back into the Boomer Sergeant, the regular Sergeant with crossbows that he hit last turn. Got these trolls into the blaster. We got these trolls in the front of Siege Breakers, which probably isn't going to do a ton. But then we got a big flank charge on the Warlock from the Thunder Gun unit, which has Pathfinder, so it doesn't matter that it came out of forest, or came out of pond, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're expecting some shooting and a front charge on some boomers all the way over here on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could pick up 5 units this turn.
Yep.
Probably not going to get the Siege Breakers, though. Still could pick up 4.
Yeah, I would wonder if he would take the Lord on Frostfang and charge the Siege Breakers to chaff him up for a turn.
Mm-hmm.
To keep him away from that token. I wonder if he will.
Everything is chaff when you need it to be.
Everything is chaff, yeah.
Everything is chaff.
So there was Sarakina's Radiance of Life going off and taking 1 more wound off the Thunder Gun unit.
Brilliant.
And I think she is close enough to cast Surge on the Ice Elementals, but has an awful lot of dice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably send them into the front at that point.
Yep.
Yeah, Surge 8.
Shoot and then send them in.
Yeah.
How much surge does she have?
8.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
8, you're looking for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's going to keep the Lord on Frostfang back to to serve just in case maybe the snow trolls die.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gets him just out of the siege breaker's charge range. So he's safe in leaving his options open.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
He's not quite close enough to guard that token, but there's nothing threatening it at the moment, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, until the rabble.
Yep, so those rabble
kill the Lord on Frostfang.
Do their job. All right, so here comes the shooting attack from the ice elementals on the hill into the boomers on the far right.
7 wounds. Right, it's piercing, right?
Yeah, 7 wounds.
Ow.
Yeah, such a good combo.
And there's 4-inch surge, so that should put them into the front. Off the hill.
Yep.
Yeah, so going into boomers with 7 wounds on them already, coming off a hill.
Right.
That's
4s and 2s.
Yep.
Great play.
18 attacks on 4s and 2s against a unit that is 15-17, but it's already got 7 wounds and is too far away to be inspired. Yeah, that's not looking good for the boomers there. So now what's Sarakina going to do? She's shooting at the thunder gun.
Wind blast.
Wind blast.
Wind blast. 3. I guess we're looking to blow them too far away to be able to hit the snow trolls. Hopefully. Can you get cover from Wind Blast?
I don't know. The Berserkers didn't move, though. They're still where they are.
So, something.
Well, here's the combat against the boomers.
That's
9
weird.
rolled, and a 4 rolled. 4 should get them, given that he did like 12 wounds.
That was incredible. Great roll.
Yeah.
But to be expected, you've got to hit them twice.
Yeah.
But still, 13 hits on 4s out of 18 dice is pretty good.
That's definitely bigger than average.
Yep.
Definitely above average rolling. All right. Now the horde into the flank of the warlock.
Who needs flank surges when you can just, you can shoot and then charge.
Right. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a few dice.
This poor warlock.
Yep. An
12,
X
14,
warlock.
13 rolled. Yep.
I'm pretty sure he was going to need double ones there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got 13 wounds. And he's only 12-14. So, yeah, snakes twice. And that picks
Didn't
him
get
up.
it. Oh, poor guy. Poor little Solid.
Poor warlock.
Warlock, sorry.
And I feel like if he had angled him a little bit more, he wouldn't have been in range for that charge. So I feel like that might have been a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can also pick up that token.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one?
Yeah, he can burn it now because he's unit strength 4.
Yep. This token. All right, so here's the trolls against the siege breakers in the front on their counter charge. They were wavered last turn, but they've got fury. 4 and then a 9 rolled. 13 is not going to waver siege breakers. And now the other trolls into the front of the blaster. Only 7 hits. Oh.
Ooh. 1 wound? Blaster's defense. Blaster has big shield, right?
I think it's defense 5, isn't it?
It's defense 5, yeah.
Okay.
So 3s.
3 wounds?
3 wounds. It's dash 10. The 7 will get it.
You got him.
Just barely.
Yeah. Exequiel needed that. He needed a break on the dice there and a below average roll.
Yeah.
For nerve. Oh?
Oh, this Sarge is still alive.
Oh, good call. All right.
I'm not sure if that's in the inspiring range or not, but he gave it to him, so that's 3 inches. Excuse me, that's a 3 rolled, so it sticks.
Yeah. That's well out of 6 inches.
Guy's not very inspiring, is he?
Yeah, and also most people would, you would normally go for the inspiring source first anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do that so often, though. I'm just on autopilot. Like I say, go from left to right. And then you're like, oh, huh. That double
by
one
doing it
rolled.
in this order. So there's times I'm like, if I had done a different order, I would have changed the whole stage of the map.
If I had used strategy and tactics, I'd win more games. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Apparently, I can't just YOLO roll dice and win games anymore.
You
It
can
only
yodel,
works.
yodel and roll dice. Try that next time.
Oh, yeah. I'll just confuse the shit out of my opponent more than my bad plays.
Scare them. Like, why is she yelling at me?
Confuse everybody in the tournament hall. Like, is somebody yelling or singing? What's
Somebody?
Yeah, but it'll be like, I'll be playing Conroy and I'm just going to yodel at him and he'll yodel back. And then everyone's going to be like, I am concerned for their safety.
Right.
What's happening?
Like, I'm so hungover. You win. I'm going to go back to bed.
Are there like bonus points for this scenario that I didn't read? Something? Am I supposed to yodel at somebody? So bottom of turn 4. Back over to X's turn.
So he didn't pick up the token yet.
Oh, yeah, he didn't burn it.
Maybe he didn't realize he owned it there?
Oh, good call.
I'm pretty sure he does. Like, I don't think these siege breakers are... No, they're not within 3.
Yeah.
Well, how much... Now I'm just dumb. How much are siege breakers? 3 unit strength and he's 4?
He's
Yeah.
4.
They're both hordes, yeah.
I didn't realize it either until Thomas brought that up either.
I wonder if like they're playing by old rules that they would have been...
Oh, he's going to try to fit in.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, you want that bonus point for your Thunder Gun killing something. Your opponent just picked that up, actually, since his Thunder Gun killed the Warlock last turn. Janne gets +1 bonus point. And his Thunder Gun unit might be all the way on X's side of the table, so that would be another point.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
But is that allowed? Can you actually slide over like that? Or shouldn't they share the space equally?
I think they have to share the space equally. I don't think that they can do that.
Well, can't they share what they can share?
Well, if he moves the headstrong siege breakers first,
Oh, see, he's...
Right.
then it's
Right.
not.
And now he needs to just get these siege breakers. Right, the headstrong is out of the way. He can walk up here and get this token.
Yeah.
But then he's kind of looking at nothing. I guess he needs to move up and stare down the Lord on Frostfang.
Yep.
Hey, but at least then you've
token.
got... yeah, you just got to be careful about the...
Or just go in.
Just go in.
Yeah, that's
I would
the
go for
problem
the
with
token.
that.
I would probably have gone for the token and then taken the other guys in.
Yeah.
So now we will see what the wild charge roll is for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
6, 9, 12,
15.
13, 14, 15. They're not going to be able to make it. Even all 3, they're not quite going to be able to make it.
Okay. Interesting. So he's just backing up. I like it. I like that move.
I do
And
too.
we're walking. We're walking.
We're walking.
We're walking.
Awesome. Great play. And now it's the Bigot's time to shine. See if he can.
Where is he now? I don't
Where
know
is
where
that
he is.
bigot? He's way up
Where's
here.
that little bigot?
I think he can just barely get to the
He's speed 10.
foxes. Is he speed 10? Never mind. He can get anywhere.
This is turn 5, correct?
This is bottom of
Bottom
4.
of 4.
Bottom of 4? Okay. Oh, they didn't update. Okay.
They did. They said X4.
Oh, they have the tokens on the top and left of the screen.
I have this fancy Dash 28 one, so I don't even look at that.
Just trust that I'm paying attention. That's all.
That's risky.
That is. I'll just keep drinking beer.
It's very risky, yeah.
What time is it?
Come on, Ashley. What you gonna put in the coffee?
Oat milk.
Nice.
I mean, I can understand getting your Thunder Gun unit out of there so your opponent doesn't kill it and get another bonus point.
Yeah.
But now he's left the boomers over there
Oof.
with all the tokens.
Yeah, I
would like to express concern.
I would have moved the siege breakers up to get the top middle token
By the
charged
lake.
in with the berserkers. Yeah, the one by the lake, because otherwise you're giving up. I mean, it's
All
too
of
early
them.
to say you're giving up the game, but you are you can't get the other ones, and those boomers are going to die a terrible death.
Unless he's thinking that he's going to kill these trolls and then just split off to go get 2, but then you're still only getting 2 and you have to hold the middle.
Right, and this, honestly, if I'm the boomers, I take off the snow foxes if I can.
Yeah. Just get rid of a scoring unit. But I mean, the next turn, the Thunderguard unit walks forward, straddles the 2 tokens, and burns them both.
Right, claims both. Oh, God, there's no good options. Yeah, I would take off the snow foxes because the snow foxes can run to the left, chaff up both Siegebreaker hordes to keep them out of getting the other tokens. Keep them from sidestepping.
Or do you just charge the bigot into the foxes?
Oh, is he in range?
He should
I
be.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
It looks to be.
He's speed 10.
Okay.
Yeah, he can get there.
He goes fast.
But he's going to want to punch the character instead. Yeah.
Never mind. I forget about those characters, especially in UP, because they're just these little dots.
Right.
Essentially. They're like smaller than the token.
And blends in really well with the water feature.
Exactly. I forget they're there all the time.
Yeah, my last game, someone had a green character in the woods, and he just stomped on him with some other unit. And I was like, hey, where did your character go?
Interesting choices.
Yeah, it's
We're making
happens
choices.
Yeah, I mean, ugh. Coming out of the woods into the front of an ensnare unit, generally not going to go well for you. So charging the Thundergun unit isn't going to get you much, but ugh.
And you're not going to kill it. You're just going to stand there and then get everything else is going to collapse on you on that right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you charge the snow foxes, maybe there's a way he can reform so that the ice naiads can't charge him, and then he could take a front. Oh, we saw how that happened last time.
Yeah. I think he was testing that and found that there wasn't a good way to reform.
Yeah.
I think it's just like you look, that right flank is looking at a lot of poor options and just has to pick the one of least sadness.
Yeah. And if I had to pick that, I would take off the snow foxes to get rid of a scoring unit, get some points, because I don't think much is going to happen with the.
Yeah, and it's an annoying scoring unit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
super fast. Might be
Right.
changing his mind.
Because it's going to be hard for him already. If the Siegebreakers clear this combat, they're not going to want to turn around completely, because then they'll get a Frostfang Lord in the rear. So he's going to need every turn he can get, turn 7 to get up.
Which is kind of why I didn't like the idea of sending the Siegebreakers up to get the token by the pond and sending the Berserkers into the Trolls, because then you've got 3 units facing Lord on Frostfang that don't want to turn around and give him a rear charge.
Yeah, no good options.
Right. And you're kind of stuck looking the wrong direction with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we see him here going back and forth. Like, do I go into the front of the
Right.
naiads, or do I get rid of the foxes?
Do I
Which
stay
one's
and
better?
shoot? But even then, staying and shooting, you're hitting on 5s again. These are not the elite ones.
All right, it looks like he has decided to stick with that.
Okay.
And we are going on to combat. So here's the rabble. That's 4 hits, 1 wound. It's going to bring him up to. Not sure what the second roll was. Ooh, and a 9. I think that would get him.
Wow.
But he inspires, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. A 9 again would be really big. Whoa!
There it is.
There it
I
is.
came back for the climax.
You did. The Great Khan is running around cheering.
MVP rabble
MVP
right there.
rabble.
Now just
I'll have to text him.
angle them. Yeah, he's gonna go for the token.
Oh, definitely.
As he needs
I
to.
think I would just angle them so he can march straight towards it.
Next turn. So you don't have to make the turn next turn. Like just
Yeah.
Oh, but he has to clear the impassable, right? Because he had his toe in.
And that's
Yeah, but you
right.
could have
I've done
pivoted
that
to get out of
anyway.
it. Yeah. You could have pivoted to get out of it as you
So he got
reform.
1 in. Okay. Yeah.
But
Hindsight.
he has 2 more
Mike.
turns to get there, so he will.
Can you just click the rabble so I can see what straight is for him? Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna have to turn at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So here we got the Siege Breakers doubling up on the Snow Trolls. And
There it is.
An
They
8
just
and 8.
double one it. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. No, he rolled all the attacks, but like they
I
did
didn't see
plenty.
it. They did very quickly. I was like,
They
I
did
was
like,
still staring at the rabble.
14 wounds, I think, total.
We're still celebrating the rabble over here, and the
Right.
I
They've
don't care
moved
what
on.
these siege breakers.
man.
Where's
Yeah,
the
so
rabble?
now you're in this tough situation of like you can turn around and face something more important, but you're going to get recharged by
Right.
the Lord. So they
And
both
here's-
kind of have to keep him in their front arc for at least one more turn.
And here's the strength of them, right? They have 9 attacks. So it's not like, oh,
Can't
maybe
ignore them.
5 attacks in the rear, I'll gamble.
Yeah,
It's,
you
you
cannot
know,
ignore them.
you can't. That's
You really want to, so that the Lord has to go stop the rabble instead of getting involved in any of the rest of the game. But unfortunately, you can't because the rabble are still too far away. And if you present him with a rear, he'll take it, and then he'll be right in the middle of everywhere.
That was a
he might want to go.
tough overrun. He needed a lot more than that.
Yeah.
To give
I
him
think it would
options.
have been better just shifting to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give yourself more space to do things.
Right. And then you're guaranteed.
Because if you move these guys forward, there's a good chance the Lord on Frostfang can charge you, and you're just absolutely pinned in those rocks.
Mhm.
Right. And they've already got 4 wounds on them. Ooh. So we'll see. All right.
So we got 6 hits and some wounds. 5 wounds. And
and an 8 roll.
8.
So they started with 7, 5, and an 8. And
15.
Not going to be enough to get a horde. We'll see if the bigot
Hey,
can manage.
but if they hadn't healed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if they hadn't, that was a great regen roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. They're already back down to 2. So they're only 7 and 8.
Oh, he whiffed on Sarakina.
Yep.
Why do we roll 6 dice?
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, he's not hitting on 5s because ensnare and hindered.
But does they have only 3 attacks? And I don't see duelist.
For the bigot, he rolled 3 dice.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Roll 3d6,
Oh, yeah, the 6 dice is
2.
the wound from the boomers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. The boomers rolled too many attacks.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
All right. So that's going to bring us to top of 5. Yeah. He rolled 3, but he didn't hit. And that one re-roll was the Blade of Slashing.
Mm-hmm.
But he hits on 4, so he needs 5s hindered and didn't get any.
Yeah,
So
that's unlucky.
But I think they were saying the boomers like hit on 5s, but they were hindered into ensnare. Unless do those ones have Pathfinder? Did he had items to that one?
Let's see. These ones just have
staying
stone. Yeah, so it would have been 6s. But that's something that commonly we forget, right? Is that
100%.
shooting things sometimes don't stack, against certain spells, but that charging in, hindered, and ensnare and Pathfinder do stack.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the top of turn 5. We are still at 1-0 in favor of Janne.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, X has the middle token for unit strength. But I mean, I feel like Janne ought to burn a token or 2 this turn. He could have burned that sort of central one on X's right last turn because he had more unit strength on it, but I guess he just didn't think to.
I guess he still has more unit strength there.
Yep.
Still does, yeah. Could burn it at any time.
My only thought is, do they realize they need to be within 3 only? Because when he burned that first one, he walked right up and touched it.
Oh, that's a good call.
Uh-huh.
That would definitely change the game if they were.
Yeah, playing that you have to touch the token.
Mm.
But we've only seen one burned, so who knows what they're thinking or talking out on their board server.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and there's a good move for the Lord on Frostfang to just, okay, fine. Go get that 1 token.
It would be
run
weird
past
if they thought that because they were not protecting the tokens by standing on them either.
I don't know.
I feel like you just throw the Lord on Frostfang into the siege breakers that already have 4 wounds.
Yep.
And see if you can waver them.
And you
Or-
pin them completely.
And pin them. Yeah.
Well, actually, even if you hit the one on the right, like the topper more one, you pin the bottom ones in and they can't do anything about it.
That's a good point, Ashley. Yeah.
You just basically hold 2 units right there and they can't go do anything.
I don't know, because then the other one could maybe back up, and the pinned one could pivot forward to touch and then pick up in place on the Frostfang Lord. Maybe. I don't know.
So he's positioning for turn 6 to use the Snow Foxes to block the other tokens, just in case.
Well, he can. Yeah. He's defending that one now. But X doesn't have any 1 unit strength units left, I don't think.
Next turn, well, X could, if he wanted to, the Siege Breakers could, depending what he does with the Frostfang, the Siege Breakers could just turn it around and go 6 to claim that one.
Right. But even having the foxes there isn't going to stop them from doing that.
But if you put the snow foxes so that they're kind of farther forward, he'd have to go through the snow foxes to get there.
To get there,
and
right.
He may break the 1 inch rule.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
If you can keep them 3 inches away, then yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, then you'd have to kill them and then move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which is like, yeah, they probably can kill some snow foxes, but everything little hiccup you put in their way denies their chances of getting them.
Right.
And there's that's going to be an unhindered charge for the ice elementals into the boomers flank on the right.
I think I would like to make a prediction. We're going to have some dead boomies.
Or a massive snake eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any snake eyes yet, have we?
No.
They're coming.
None.
And he does have the unit strength on both of those tokens now, so he could burn those last 2.
Yep. This is when we'll determine whether they're playing 3 inches or touching.
Sure.
Yeah. Because then he'll have both in there, and so we'll figure that out.
All right. Looks like we are into up. Here's his regen roll.
Again, bullying.
Yeah. This might be one of my favorite Thunder Gun units. Just the special rules on top of an already great unit just fixes everything that would have been quote unquote wrong with them. Mm-hmm. It's genius. Just the ultimate defensive unit with regen and ensnare, phalanx, pathfinder. It's incredible. And just squeaks in under the point amount.
What's the points on that now?
So it was 230 was the maximum.
I think so. And they are a 230 point unit.
Right.
Yeah, your Thunder Gun unit had to be either infantry or large infantry, and had to cost less than 230 points, or 230 points or less, counting any upgrades, and you couldn't put any items on them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's the maximum number of points you can spend on your Thunder Gun unit.
That's awesome.
So that's interesting. He's rotating Serikino to face the bigots, but she did not get disordered.
Yeah, she could just move and
still chase her if she wants.
Yeah, gonna wind blast it away.
That'd be awesome.
I guess she doesn't have much other targets anyway. She has Surge and Wind Blast.
Does she have heal? Or is that the other one?
That's the Ice Queen.
Ice cream.
Yeah, neither of them have Bane chance. There isn't anything. The only thing that's surgible is already in the flank of something. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go kill a bigot. Let's go smack it down.
Smack him back.
Nice.
Let the other one cast heal.
And snare, so it makes sense to turn her.
Ah, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it does.
Big plays. Oh God.
That poor bigot.
Right. Stuck in the water.
Right. I didn't charge the foxes.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Seraphine has how many attacks? Like one. So I wouldn't even attack back. I would just back up. Like I would turn and back up so you make him hinder charge you again.
Yeah.
Because if you stay in combat now, he doesn't have to be hindered when he hits you. Yeah. I would just face him and back up, and then it's ensnare and hindered if he wants to go after you.
Yep.
Which we saw how just hindered went. So.
Yeah, 3 attacks. Easy to whiff with only 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now Janne's thinking about what to do with the Lord on Frostfang. Kind of in the middle of the table. He's looking at 2 hordes of siege breakers. One of them's already got 4 wounds. They're kind of pinned up against terrain.
It's turn 5.
I mean,
He's turn 5.
He could go and protect that other one from the rabble too. That far token on the left.
He could, but like if he's banking on burning those 2 tokens,
then he doesn't need to.
Then he doesn't need to do really anything other than keep one of his tokens.
Yep.
And he can't lose. Like the worst that could happen is a draw.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like the win conditions for Exequiel are running out.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of options left because I mean he's gonna lose the blaster this turn.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna lose the boomers. He might lose some siege breakers.
Maybe.
But now Exequiel will get 1 token now.
Yeah.
Because now the rabble can march forward and then on turn 6 get the circle.
On turn 6 they can, yeah.
Yep.
But
So
now,
now
this turn they won't.
These other siege breakers, the headstrong ones, are now free. If this Lord doesn't kill the other siege breakers, now they're free to turn left and maybe march and get this other circle, or walk up and get the other one, depending on the angle.
So that was heal cast on the Thundergun unit. Got 2 with a reroll there.
But again, we have to figure out if they're playing touch the token or 3 inches.
True.
So that's 13 hits and 6 wounds from the Thundergun unit. And then here's the Ice Elementals in the flank. 16 hits on 36 dice and 10 wounds.
Yep.
And then a 6 rolled. That would get them. Would get them easily.
All right, let's see what we're playing.
I added it to the question list just in case.
Still within 3 there.
I've been there too.
Still within 3 there, yeah. So he could get them both this turn. If he remembers to.
Or if they're playing that way.
or if they're playing it that way. So here's the trolls on the blaster. That is going to be 9 rolled for nerve. That's plenty.
Dead blaster.
I think that would have gotten it before he took any wounds this turn. Yeah, I mean, you're not really worried about rabble charging you in the rear because if they do that, they're not going after the tokens. So.
Right. You're getting into that chess stage now, right? Where it's like, okay, I sacrifice this, but then I don't get a token.
Yep.
You've traded pieces. You only have a couple left.
4 hits from the Lord. 2 wounds, I think. Or is it 3? Is he crushing 3?
Crushing 2, I think. 17?
No, he's crushing 3.
Did you just
17? I think that would get them.
Oh, wow. Big roll. Okay, that definitely swung the game.
That was big. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a waiver at best, but sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
You can, I mean, if you only roll 9 and up for your nerf checks, this game gets really easy.
Yep.
I'm still waiting for those double ones, okay?
So that is going to bring X down to Berserkers, which is a Thundergun unit, Siege Breakers, which currently have nothing to charge, some Rabble, and a Bigot.
Yeah.
He can do this. I believe in him now. It'll all be fine.
That was huge. Oh, and if Nom Nom had been alive.
Yeah. I mean, ugh. games like this, you watch it and you think like, yeah, but what would I have done differently? Because Janne hasn't really made any mistakes or left him any obvious openings, and has just rolled really well also.
What? Mike, you mean careful, consistent play gives you an advantage? No, that's insane.
Careful, consistent play where the dice don't come back to bite you.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, he's been playing well.
Oh,
on
so
top of having great dice.
We did not burn the tokens.
All right, so definitely been playing this scenario wrong.
Or maybe he's just waiting. I don't know.
But why would you wait?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so now we're going to pivot, and I think he can score the token.
If he goes and touches it.
Oh, that's another good point.
He can't touch. Oh, this hurts my
feelings.
feelings. This hurts my feelings to watch.
Yeah, he is within 3, so he could get it if they wanted to.
Oh, they burned the tokens. Okay.
Okay.
Now he burned them.
Okay, we're good. I can watch again. It's fine. I was being extra dramatic.
But that does bring it to 3-0.
Yes, but the rabble by the bottom of turn 6 could go get the other token.
Right. And he can pick up that one this turn.
Yeah.
By the power of unit strength, he can pick that up.
So he is going to be playing for a draw. So the rabble can get this one in the top left. No, what are you doing? No.
No, don't
do that. Put the rabble. Oh, now he really hopes he gets a turn 7. Well, I guess if he kills them, he can reform and march.
Maybe
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's close.
I don't know.
Wow, I love this game.
It seems unnecessarily risky, but why not?
Why not?
Why?
Maybe at this point you're like, I'm not going to get it killed, so just kill stuff. But I don't know that that's how this one is scored.
Yeah, I guess he can run onto it turn 6.
But I don't think he has killed anything with his Thunder Gun unit yet, so he will score 1 for that if this works out.
He'll get a bonus for that, and his Thunder Gun unit's got no damage on it. So looking at the chart, for 2 to 3 victory points, you only get a +2. You don't get a +3 for scenario bonus till you get to 4. So he might be looking at it being like, well, I'm not actually going to get a bonus point for burning that one, and I know I'm not going to win, so just kill stuff.
Yeah, I think he's playing for the draw at this point. The rabble could grab the one in the top left, and if he holds the middle, then it's a draw. And I think that would be huge for Exequiel to pull a draw. That would be really well played. Like looking right now at what units he has left, I think that would be huge.
Here's the rabble. Rabble did 8 wounds. All right, rabble.
Go rabble, boys.
Go rabble.
These rabble right here.
Did they do more wounds than the berserkers?
Yeah.
I think they may have.
I think they did.
It's a 6 rolled.
Ooh.
Is that enough? 6, 7, 8, 9 plus
15.
6 is 15 plus brutal 16. I don't think that's enough.
Oh, he missed it by 1.
Wait.
No, they're 15, 18.
Yeah. Oh, 15, 18. Oh man, those
so that's a waiver, but they have headstrong. Oh yeah, but they're gonna get flanked by that lord.
Oh, is he forgetting? Do the berserkers have vicious? Or no, that's only with Phenomenon was alive. Okay, that's that rule.
Yep.
So it would have been huge if you had wavered the snow foxes, because then
then yeah, he backs up the entire side of the table. Nothing can go anywhere.
Yeah.
No, but he did burn his token up there, so.
He did burn the token. Oh yeah, so that does make it a 3-1 game.
If the snow foxes countercharge the bigot and the ice knights go into the flank of the siege breakers, will they be long enough to reach that token in the center?
That's a good question.
Can you click on the Thunder Gun unit for the Naiads? How fast are they? 5?
Oh, he did pass his headstrong.
Well, that's not good.
That was big. So I think one of the questions we'll ask him, his decision, if the rabble were going to run up to get a guaranteed token or take the rear. In hindsight, the rabble did more wounds than the berserkers.
True.
Yeah, I think perhaps it's a moot point now if the Ice Knight's going to reach a center token, because it seems the Frostfang's going to have that one.
Now, a question would be, so if this ends on 6 and the berserkers live, he would get the center if the rabble are in. Are they 12 inches in? Oh, they are. So right now he owns the center. Because rabble are unit strength 2 and the berserkers are 3. Now he's going to try to see if he can get out of the way.
Yeah, I think the best bet is to countercharge the bigots.
Yep.
But
Top turn 6, still 15 minutes left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Which for 70-minute games is plenty of time to still have left. Mm-hmm. Countercharge with the Snow Foxes to make space. Bring the Thunder Gun into flank.
And then so real possibility that the Thunder Gun unit could end up with no wounds on it by the end of the game. Depending on the regen, if you can get in with heal.
And the heal, yeah.
Yeah.
the thing is, do we want to risk it with that charge? I mean, if it doesn't go take the charge, he will be safe for those points. Seems like he's not going to take the charge.
I want to see him take the charge, and then I want to see these Ice Elementals walk forward and pivot, and then get double surge into the rear of the Berserkers, just because that'd be funny.
I don't know what bullies. I don't know what's more bullying, surge or just regen. Just there to hurt your feelings.
It really does. It's so demoralizing.
Yeah, I remember playing with against someone with surge and being like, I always plan okay, they could get half of it, because if you play for the max surge they could do, then you'll never move. And I was like, okay, and I think he was surge 12, and I was 11 inches away or something like that, or 10 inches away, and he got that many and surged in and broke me. I lost. I was
So it looks like he's trying to get the Ice Elementals into the flank of the Siege Breakers, maybe?
Right, because then he gets an extra point for the Thunder Gun unit being on
the other side of the table.
Wow.
Yep.
I would have forgotten about that.
Yep. Gets 1 out of 3 on the regen roll.
Smart.
And our Ice Elementals speed 5 or speed 6? They're speed 6. Yeah, okay, so they're in range. Well, if he can get there.
Well over the half of the table. Short break.
Short break. That's fair.
And he still has heal 5 left for the Ice Knights as well. So
he does. Which
can
means
pick up 2 wounds. How he picks up those 25 points every round. He's
playing every part of the scenario, man. Play absolutely every single part of the scenario.
Thomas, that's a really good point.
Huh?
Oh, what Thomas was saying is that that's how you get those extra bonus points. Your Thunder Gun unit has regen and can be healed, so there's a good chance you can end with 0 damage on it, and that gets you an extra bonus point. Oh, that's genius.
So big. I wonder if the short break is someone needs to pee or if they're phone a friend. Like, are we playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
And like you were saying, Thomas, like this is the third round, and Janne does have 50 points, so he's gotten 25 points both rounds, which is max points, I think.
Yeah.
So if this goes Yanni's way, who's number 2 right now? Is that
Charlie
Thomas?
Davey.
Charlie Davey, okay.
And then Tom's behind him by 1 point.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah, Tom, he's supposed to be okay. Sorry.
But we got a couple of top 5 table games that haven't played yet. I don't think. Let me refresh. No, never mind. They've all played. Refresh your browser.
Lie to me.
Yeah. Yeah, he played these Northern Lions really well, and and from what I saw, no big mistakes. Everything was really careful, planned turns in advance.
I wonder too, though, we can say that because like any mistakes we could have said might have happened were saved by dice as well.
Yeah, he's had some really high nerve checks and getting rid of the inspiring. Like all of the inspiring was dead turn 4.
Yeah.
So, oof.
It looks like he's gonna shoot and surge instead of charging in.
Instead of just charging?
Yeah. Because defense 5 on the side.
Yeah.
I still think killing the Thunder Gun unit is a safer bet, but let's see what it does.
3.
I mean, he's going to need 6 successes on Surge to get them there.
Yeah.
Well, he has both there for a reason.
Does, but it looks like he's casting Heal instead.
Oh.
And only gets 1. Oh, but he's got, even with the Conjuring Staff, he only gets 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness, it's so dark.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's going to need 6 successes on 8 dice, assuming he tries the Surge. Not even going to bother. Okay.
Now I really wish for a turn 7 just so that Thunder Gun unit can get back up.
All right. Yeah, no, that doesn't get him.
Bigot's still alive.
Bigot's still alive. There's the Lord on Frostfang in the flank of the Berserkers.
Ooh. 11 wounds.
That is a lot. And then the Trolls in the front do another 6.
I have
That's
this.
3.
Oh, see, where's my double ones?
What's going on?
They're
I'm
dead.
guessing those first 2 were vicious.
Okay.
Okay. Yep,
Or
turn
sometimes
around,
you
face
get a
the
little
gravel.
clicky click happy. I've done that.
Yes.
Yep.
Or
And
like you don't want the double ones, you just like click really fast in a row, like it makes a difference. Like click, click.
Yeah. The Lord is still within 3 inches of the center, so Janne is still holding the middle. And that is his turn. So bottom of turn 6. It is not looking good.
So we know already that the rabble are going to kill the trolls.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Because Rabble MVP.
Does the bigot go into the elementals, or does the bigot go into the naiads to try to do an extra wound or 2 to prevent him from healing up?
Out of spite.
If that, he goes the wrong caster.
I would make sure the bigot's out of the way, that if there is a turn 7, those siege breakers, when they break, the snow foxes could go forward, and then if there is a turn 7, you could run up. I would try and get the bigot's on your way to run forward.
Oh, did you get the token on the hill?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like so that you could roll for max reroll, like max overrun.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to run into your guy.
Yeah, but the ice elementals that close, they're going to turn and surge into your flank if you try to run past them.
True. But you're kind of screwed either way. So
You are kind of screwed either way.
and at least if they're hitting your flank, maybe you win. Maybe you live magically with double 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we're due for it, Ashley. We've been calling it all game.
I refuse to believe that this whole game is going to go with no double ones.
No.
Which now I feel bad saying that because it's Ezekiel's bottom of 6, and he might really need a roll that isn't double one.
That's true.
Well, he's contemplating. I need my laptop charger. For some reason.
I think he is going to try to charge the Thunder Gun unit.
Nice.
Don't know that he can. But he's got 22 minutes left on his clock, so yeah.
Take all the time he needs.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just barely squeaks through.
Nice.
And that puts him right in front of the elementals, so kind of limits what they can do.
Beautiful. There we go.
And might slap them once.
Might be. So. The elementals can just walk right through him.
They could. That's true. Oh, he's not mighty. Yeah, you're right. So there's the Rebel. Just one hit and no wounds.
Oh.
Sad.
Yeah. They are still the MVP. They are still the heroes.
You might have made them a little bit more of a hero, though, going after the token.
Oh.
There's the double one.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And now the Siege Breakers in the flank of the Foxes.
Looks like he just rolled 18, but
yeah,
guess it didn't matter.
Kind of doesn't matter.
But did you see how the roll was? It wasn't great. There was like 1 4+. I mean, not that they have great crushing, but good thing it was the Siege Breakers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like he's gonna just try to preserve points. Although if he's gonna do that, I'd probably. The Elementals don't have Pathfinder. They're the only Elemental that doesn't, I believe.
Yeah, just barely get that Lord in your front. Just barely keep the Elementals in your front. Yeah, that's the best he can do.
Yeah.
Of course, the Elementals can probably sidestep and then get flanked into his. Get surged into his flank.
Mm-hmm.
If they wanted to. But that is going to be bottom of 6. We'll see a roll for turn 7. And even on a turn 7, I don't think this game is going to change hands.
I don't think so.
I think this is where you're like, do I want to get tabled? No. So.
Right. Keep everything in the front. And that's game.
That's game.
Or did he sides?
Or is that is that a reform roll of some sort for those Siege Breakers? I don't know.
Good game.
That is
okay.
game.
Good game.
Okay.
Okay. And this game. Well, good game, Yanni.
Yeah.
Still sad to see that 1 damage on the Ice Nad.
Yeah.
Breaking his perfect streak.
Oh man. I mean, now he's only going to be like 74 out of 75 points. It's just how do you show your face?
I mean, really, failure.
All downhill from here.
Right.
Next, he might only get 23 points. So.
All right, X is back. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Ezekiel.
Hey, Zika.
Hey, Thomas,
Yeah.
Ashley, Mike.
Hey. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for letting us watch that, and obviously, congrats to Janne. Very, very well played game from both of you. But I think the dice weren't quite with X on a few key rolls there, and Janne kind of left you no openings that we could see. Just a really well played and tough game for both you guys. Did we have a couple of questions that came up during the game?
Yes. So we were wondering, Ezekiel, talk to us about Namagarok's deployment and your decision to throw him into combat early.
I throw in Nomagarok for hold on this flank and gain time to go up with my online front these trolls. Only for win time.
Okay.
No Magarok is not too expensive. It's a good shaft point, and I not scared to sacrifice. Okay.
Then towards the end of the game, your last remaining rabble regiment could have just kept moving at the double upfield to try to get to one of the tokens, and you decided to go into the rear of the trolls instead. At that point, were you just like screw the objectives? I'm just playing for points, or
No, I think I need to kill that. I play for kill that unit and repositioning, or I don't know what say position my units and travel. If on 7 turns I have 2 turns, one for I repositioning, one for march and at the double and took that point anyways. And 7 turns is 50-50.
Okay.
But this sandwich not use so much, and it's for nothing. On that turn, if really I have success with my plan, my berserkers can do center point, my rebels go with another point, and my shield breakers take the point of the Snow Fox's side. I go for the draw, but
okay.
shit happens.
That's kind of what, yeah. That's kind of what we were thinking. Like you must be playing for the draw at that point. Is the general thought that we had as well.
Janne is a very good player. It's a very good strategic. I have a scare to play with him.
Now I'm like, do I ever want to go to play Kings of War in Finland? Because I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
I'm the worst player here, so everybody else is better.
Okay, yeah, definitely not going to Finland. That's helping your cause.
I think at the last you don't have the 25 points this game.
Yes. Okay, that was my other question.
Yeah.
We were wondering, like, are you going to take the bigot?
I sent the McMillan for.
Just to make sure.
The last 5 dice he felt with 1 point, but there was still the big hit.
Even the dog's excited.
Yes. He's crying.
Did we have any questions for Janne?
Ashley wanted to know if you're going to be able to show your face around your gaming club since you didn't get 25 points.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're going to kick you out.
Yeah, maybe if I ask nicely, that can go. But there was a couple of mistakes from me as well. The first Ice Elemental unit could have maybe stayed back on that turn 2. Now Execute got the chance to for good guys and take them down too early. And I think I could have also used my Snowfox unit to push those siege breakers not to be able to get to that objective. But
I think also like any minor mistakes that were made, the dice were a little hot on your side of things too, it seemed, with some of your nerve rolls and stuff too. So it doesn't hurt to have hot dice either.
Yeah. I felt they were quite balanced. Execute those solid rolls against the Ice Elemental unit, and
Yeah,
after
that's
that,
true.
I get those solid rolls against his boomers.
Mhm.
And on the other side, the Rebel really destroyed my Lord of Snowfox Frostfang. So that was also solid dice from his side. But yeah, good game.
I think you did get a pretty big one late where the Lord on Frostfang took out the boomers that only had 4 wounds on them going in.
The Siege Breakers, yeah.
The siege breakers, yeah, with a 10 to pick them up.
Yeah.
That was pretty big.
Yeah, it was big. I first tried to see if he can escape the front arcs of those units, and since he had no Inspire and there was that 4 damage, I felt that it's not a bad chance. Or I felt that it was the best play that was available. So there was a chance to get lucky.
Inspire is overrated.
Yeah, there was what was it, turn 3 or 4 where you charged your ice naiads out of the pond into the flank of the ogre warlock, and we weren't sure if X, you had left the warlock in charge range as bait or just hadn't noticed or didn't think that he would take that charge.
It's my mistake.
Okay. Yeah, it was very close,
Basically.
so it's one of those easy things.
I think that move of Janne, not too bad for me because he quits your naiads from this lake, and maybe something can happen, but no.
Sure. Yeah, as long as
I-
a unit like that stays in terrain, like there's really nothing you can do other than try to get in the flank. But yeah, that's kind of what we were wondering. Like, is he trying to bait it out of the pond so that he can get a flank charge on it or something? Like, yeah.
When he comes with the naiads horde, I think, okay, if some rolls success for me, I can change size, and this naiad have on the center of everything. But I don't happen, and it's because Janne is a very good player. and think on that.
Yep. Any other questions for the players? From the panel or from anybody on the live stream?
Oh, thanks for letting us watch.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, it was a great game.
Yeah, thanks for the questions.
I didn't know there was such a fierce rivalry now between Finland and Argentina.
There is now. Yeah.
There is now, exactly.
We played once in the last Call to Arms tournament with Exa, so
Okay,
this was
Very
the
nice.
second game.
cool.
and win. and Janne win. Así que I am your child. Good boy, Exequiel. Okay. nice try. I prove with my Kingdom of Men. Now I prove with other Chinese. Immortal.
All right. Well, thanks again so much for letting us watch a game. Congrats to Janne on another win. We will probably see you on the live stream again if you keep this up, because we'll probably have you on, towards the end of the tournament if you're still playing on top table. So yeah, congrats and good luck to both of you on the remaining rounds of the tournament. I'd like to thank Keith and Thomas and Ashley for hanging out with me and talking about your game. It's always nice and fun to hang out with you guys. And I'd like to thank everybody watching at home for coming and checking us out. We hope you've enjoyed this game as much as we have. Coming up in the next, it's Sunday, so Steve's going to do the pairings for the next round tonight, and then we'll pick another match to do from the next round. So look for another broadcast sometime during the week. Depending on which one we pick and when they're playing, that's when we broadcast them. So I can't really tell you like what day to expect it to come from. The last couple weeks we've been doing them on weekend games, so that's worked out nicely. But we'll see. It depends who we want to broadcast and what day they decide to play. So just keep your eyes open. Subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and you'll get a notification when we schedule it. Or just keep your eyes on Dash 28 or our Facebook group for those announcements. Because again, you're not going to get a ton of warning. Maybe just like a day or two before the broadcasts are up. And I think that's it. So till next time, I'm your host, Mike Atkins, saying you stay safe out there, and we will see you next time on Dash 28 Live. Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.